Hey everyone, in today's video I'm going to discuss Skillz, which Wall Street thinks has 44% upside from here. Skillz, a growth stock that has struggled in the aftermath of economic reopening. Wall Street thinks this stock has 44% upside. So I'm going to look at Skillz financial metrics, I'm going to look at its valuation, and I'm going to give my opinion on where I think Skillz should be in terms of this valuation range. Now, I noted that overall Wall Street has an average price target of 89 cents versus the current trading price of 62 cents, which suggests that there is 44% upside from here. Although there is some analysts who think there is at least one analyst who thinks the stock should be going lower. The low end of the range suggests a valuation of just 40 cents for Skillz, and a high end of $2 suggests it could triple from here. So, uh, six analyst price targets that Yahoo Finance is pulling here with this estimate. A wide range, but overall the average thinks that Skillz stock is undervalued. So I'm going to look at, looking at Skillz revenue growth here, you see a significant deceleration. It was growing over 50% per quarter for several consecutive quarters before it really turned around and really went negative at negative 59% revenue growth, and it's been negative for several quarters now. It benefited when people were staying at home, and in-home entertainment was in the demand for that was soaring. I think it also benefited when casinos were closed. I know Skillz is not a gambling stock, but on the Skillz platform, you can play games against your opponents and place a wager on the platform. So, yeah, it's not a gambling stock, but you can place wagers. And the reason it's not considered a gambling stock is because the outcome of the games are based on skill and not chance. So if you're really good at the game, then you're likely to win more often. So it's not like playing the slots where you just, press the button or pull down the lever and you hope to win. With Skillz, you're actually using your skills, right? So a little gray area there, but I think it benefited when casinos were closed, and now that they're reopened, it's kind of experiencing a decrease. That's okay. The growth decrease is not my main concern with Skillz. My main concern is the massive losses on the bottom line. So it was just moving completely in the wrong direction in terms of losses on the bottom line. At one point, losing more than 100% operating profit margin in the trailing 12 months. And, this isn't like there's some cases where an operating profit margin of negative 100% would not be a big red flag. If you're spending a lot of that money on, let's say, research and development, you're creating something that you're going to launch and that's going to bring in a lot of customers and revenue in the future. That wasn't the case with Skillz. Skillz was spending most of its money on sales and marketing. Sales and marketing, so ads on Facebook and Google and bonuses to players and reload bonuses and deposit bonuses, those kinds of things where it's not likely to generate a strong return on investment in the long run. That's one reason why I was very disappointed in Skillz management choices on how they're allocating their capital. Now, in their most recent quarter, management finally slashed the sales and marketing budget. I've been waiting for this to happen for 2 years now, and they finally slashed that sales and marketing budget. And you're beginning to see a turnaround and improvement here because they finally started to control costs to some degree. But it's very early days of this, very early days. So pay attention to if they continue this. If they do, then the losses on the bottom line could shrink substantially for Skillz. And of course, while they're losing a lot of money on the bottom line, it was also bleeding cash out, cash flow from operations negative significantly and heading in the wrong direction. But again, turning upward again, showing signs of life here. Um, Hopefully, management stays on track, does not say, I want to go back to sales and marketing spending. I hope they continue with this slashed budget and try and find new ways to grow. I want to thank the Motley Fool for sponsoring this video. Visit fool.com/parkev for the 10 best stocks to buy now. Finally, looking at Skillz valuation, it's trading at a forward price to sales of 1.22. That's more than 90% off its high. Used to trade at a price to sales over 15. Now it's down to 1.22. Now the company does have promise, right? That business model where you can wager on the games, but they're not regulated as a gambling company. That's that's a big positive. If they can actually get some games on there that attracts more players, that could be a nice boost, right? So instead of spending so much on sales and marketing, I'm hoping some of that money goes to game development. I'm hoping some of that goes to create programs for third-party developers to make games, to incentivize them to make games, and maybe some partnerships with some strong brand recognition um, titles. Something else, right? So we know sales and marketing doesn't work very well. Let's see if you can do something else. And if one of those things works, if one of those things works and Skillz returns to growth with that slashed marketing budget, man, the stock could explode. But that said, it hasn't done it yet. And so you're just kind of like, how can I invest in this stock where the management team hasn't proven that it can find effective ways for growth other than, you know, just pouring out a huge budget on sales and marketing and getting people to sign up because you're offering them a deposit bonus. Well, if you're telling them if you put in 100, I'll give you 100, okay, they'll sign up, but then once they use that deposit bonus, they might not come back. So a lot of risk here in Skillz stock. I, for one, will not be investing in Skillz stock anytime soon. I will also not, I'm not recommending Skillz stock as a buy, and I haven't been recommending the stock as a buy. Wall Street is bullish on this with 44% upside. I can see the case where that does come to fruition. Like I said, if they find, ways to grow outside of sales and marketing, like developing a hit game, making a really good partnership, incentivizing third-party developers. If any of those is shown to work, man, the stock could soar. But I don't know the light. I wouldn't be confident in that probability, and so I wouldn't be investing based on that alone. All right, so that's all I've got for this video on one growth stock that Wall Street thinks has 44% upside. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you tune in again sometime soon.